Environmental science is an interdisciplinary science connecting information and ideas from many different fields. In this course, we're going to incorporate what you've learned in biology, chemistry, earth science, social studies, math, and the humanities. There will be some major themes throughout this course. Sustainability is one. That's going to incorporate population, health, ecosystems, biodiversity, energy, transfer of energy, and how can we live sustainably. Our 5 main focuses for this course are going to be: how does nature work? How does the environment affect the human population? How does the human population affect the environment? How do we deal with environmental problems? And how can we be more sustainable as a society? Natural capital is a point of focus throughout this course. And what natural capital is, it is the sum of all the natural resources available in an area and all the natural services available in the area. Now, natural resources are things such as water, soil, plants, sunlight, air. Natural services are things that all of those locations in the environment do, such as nutrient cycling, water purification, climate control, population control, food production. Those are all natural services. Degradation of natural capital occurs when humans do not live sustainably and they abuse the natural capital that occurs in the environment. In the next unit, we'll focus on specific biogeochemical cycles. But in this diagram, you see a generic nutrient cycle. And in this image, you see that matter is cycled throughout the environment, from animals to soil to plants and back to animals. Oftentimes, the air and the water are also a part of a nutrient cycle. One of the important elements of living sustainably is population growth and population control. If you look at this diagram, you'll notice how much the human population has grown in the last 10,000 years. Once we hit the Industrial Revolution, people were allowed to live longer because of the advent of better health care and able to live without working in that agriculture-centered environment. Now, the human population is at 7 billion, and it is predicted to hit somewhere between 8 and 10 by the end of this century. In population studies, there are 2 main groups of countries. We have developed countries and developing countries. The difference is how industrialized they are. Do they have an economy where they can export? How much money do their individuals make? What can they buy? So, part of what's used to measure a country's viability is the gross domestic product, or GDP. That's how much economic growth the country is experiencing. Changes in economic growth are going to be measured in per capita GDP. That's how much per person that lives in that country. Then we also have the per capita GDP PPP. That's per capita gross domestic product purchasing power parity. How much can they buy in another country? There are many different developed countries around the world, namely United States, Canada, Japan, Australia, New Zealand, and most of Europe. Developing countries are China and India, though they are making that transition over to be more developed. Africa, Asia, and Latin America are going to be home to most developing countries. As populations grow, they need more natural resources. They need more space, they need more food, they need more water. And so part of the problems that come with the exponential growth of the human population is that we've lost lots of animal and plant species, we've lost lots of resources, and what is still here and what we're still using, we are running out. Anything that's a non-renewable resource is going to eventually run out. So, in order to be sustainable, we have to make sure that we're protecting natural capital so that we can continue to live off the earth as long as humans live here. We need to make sure we're meeting the needs of current populations as well as future populations. Humans have the ability to maintain sustainable use of the environment, but any type of human activities can degrade natural capital if we use, resources more quickly than they can be replenished.